Cold cases. The very term sends shivers down one's spine, conjuring images of unsolved mysteries and unanswered questions. Like ghosts from the past, they linger in the annals of criminal justice, often leaving behind a trail of sorrow and despair. Families are left yearning for closure, their wounds refusing to heal as the passage of time only deepens the mystery. But even in the darkest corners of human history, a flicker of hope remains. The year 2024 has witnessed an unprecedented wave of breakthroughs in forensic science, breathing new life into these long-dormant investigations. Detectives armed with cutting-edge technology and unwavering determination are finally bringing closure to some of the most chilling mysteries ever known to mankind. Join us now as we delve into the depths of these once unsolvable cases, exploring the intricate details that baffled investigators for decades. Prepare to be captivated by the remarkable advancements in DNA analysis, forensic genealogy, and good old-fashioned detective work that have brought justice, albeit delayed, to victims and their families. Our journey into the heart of darkness takes us to the seemingly tranquil town of Cold Creek, a place forever scarred by the spectre of a ruthless killer who stalked its streets in the early 1980s. The Cold Creek Killer, as he came to be known, instilled an icy dread in the hearts of the townsfolk, his reign of terror marked by a string of brutal murders that left authorities baffled and the community paralyzed with fear. Newspapers from the era paint a grim picture of those harrowing times. Headlines screamed of the escalating body count, each victim seemingly chosen at random, their lives extinguished with chilling efficiency. The killer moved like a phantom, leaving behind little to no trace, save for a palpable sense of dread that permeated the very air. Years melted into decades, and the case grew colder with each passing season. The killer, it seemed, had vanished into thin air, taking his secrets with him to the grave. But hope, however faint, never truly flickered out. Then, in a remarkable turn of events, the year 2024 brought with it a beacon of hope from the cutting edge of forensic science. Advances in DNA technology had revolutionized the field of criminal justice, allowing investigators to re-examine old evidence with unprecedented precision. The Cold Creek case, once thought to be lost to the sands of time, was meticulously reopened, each piece of evidence painstakingly analyzed using the latest DNA sequencing techniques. A single strand of DNA extracted from a long-forgotten piece of evidence provided the crucial link that had eluded investigators for over 4 long decades. The DNA profile pointed to a man named Samuel Hayes, a seemingly unremarkable individual who had lived on the periphery of Cold Creek during the time of the murders. Our next chapter unfolds against the backdrop of a parent's worst nightmare, the disappearance of a child. In the annals of unsolved mysteries, the vanishing of a young soul often leaves behind the most heart-wrenching and enduring questions. Such was the case of Emily Sawyer, a bright and vivacious 16-year-old who seemingly vanished into thin air one fateful evening in 1996. Emily's story began like countless others, a tapestry woven from the ordinary threads of adolescence. School dances, whispered secrets with friends, and dreams of a future yet to be written. But on that warm summer night, as the sun began its descent, casting long shadows across the sleepy town, Emily's story took a sinister turn, leaving an unfillable void in the lives of those who loved her most. She had been visiting a friend's house, a familiar ritual that had always ended with a safe return home. But on this night, something was different. As darkness descended, Emily said her goodbyes and stepped out into the night, her silhouette swallowed whole by the encroaching shadows. She was never seen alive again. Frantic searches yielded no trace of the missing teenager. Days turned into weeks, weeks into months, and months into years. But Emily's disappearance remained an agonizing mystery. Hope, like a flickering candle in the wind, threatened to be extinguished with each passing season. Missing person posters, their edges worn and faded from years of exposure to the elements, became a haunting reminder of the life tragically cut short. Emily's smiling face, frozen in time, stared back from telephone poles and bulletin boards, a silent plea for answers that never seemed to come. The Sawyer family, their hearts shattered into a million pieces, clung to the hope that one day, somehow, their beloved Emily would return home. Chapter 3. The Silence Broken. In the realm of criminal investigations, some cases take on an almost mythical quality, becoming the stuff of legend whispered in hushed tones. These are the cases that defy easy answers, where the perpetrator seems to melt into the shadows, leaving behind a trail of fear and unanswered questions. Such was the case of the Silent Stalker, a shadowy figure who terrorized a small town in the early 1990s. The Silent Stalker's reign of terror began subtly, a series of seemingly unrelated incidents that, at first glance, seemed like nothing more than the work of opportunistic criminals. Homes were burglarized, cars were vandalized, and a palpable sense of unease settled over the once peaceful community. But as the weeks turned into months, a chilling pattern began to emerge. The crimes, while still relatively minor, were becoming bolder, more brazen. The perpetrator, it seemed, was growing increasingly comfortable, his actions a terrifying display of power and control. And then came the attack that would forever change the town's perception of the Silent Stalker. A young woman, walking home alone late one night, was brutally attacked just steps from her front door. Her assailant, his face hidden in the shadows, had pounced on her without warning, his grip like a vice. She fought back with every ounce of strength she could muster, her screams echoing through the night, but her attacker was relentless. He beat her savagely, leaving her lying unconscious on the cold pavement, her body broken and battered. Miraculously, she survived, but the psychological scars ran deep. As we conclude our journey into the heart of darkness, we are reminded that the pursuit of justice is a relentless and often arduous task. Cold cases like ancient puzzles test the limits of human ingenuity, demanding both patience and unwavering resolve. But as we have seen, even the most baffling of mysteries can be solved, and the passage of time does not diminish the imperative to seek justice for those who have been wronged. In the tapestry of human experience, cold cases serve as stark reminders of the fragility of life and the enduring impact of violence. They challenge us to confront the darkest aspects of human nature while simultaneously inspiring us with stories of resilience, determination, and the unwavering pursuit of truth. If you have been moved by these stories, we encourage you to engage with the conversation. Share your thoughts in the comments below, like this video to show your support for the victims and their families, and subscribe to our channel for more captivating content exploring the world's most intriguing mysteries.